So I decided to make a shuttle ace suit costume. First I started with some oversized overalls to make it appropriately baggy, but they were a bit too long. I used a seam ripper to remove all the pockets that aren't part of the spacesuit, and also the zipper. Then I separated the top and bottom half, resulting in a sort of crop top. I pinned them back together and with some trial and error, managed to get them a better fit. You may notice that I'm hand sewing this. I do own a sewing machine, but I have no idea how it works. So it looks like that's kind of like my wire feed, but what I don't get is where do I connect the ground clamp? I had some custom name and flag patches made, and I bought a NASA gumball patch. The ACES suit uses orange Velcro for the name, flag, and mission patches, so I got some of that too. The gumball patch is sewn directly onto the suit. For a country patch, I decided to use an ace flag because I'm an ace, and this is an ace suit, so I thought it was funny. I then reused the zipper on the back because that's how you enter the real suit. I sewed it on first and then cut the opening so that nothing would move. I tried to melt the frayed edges, but these overalls are fire resistant, so I ended up just folding them over and stitching them down instead. For the hardware, I used an embroidery hoop, some pipe, and some plastic can holders. I apply wood hardener to the hoop, then I trim and sand all the plastic bits. I epoxy some little bits of pipe to the can holders. These will be the hose connectors for the suit. I'm using adhesion promoter before painting so that the paint doesn't flake off, and then I paint the bits black and silver, including the hoop. I cut some small holes in the suit and then used some hardware store nuts and bolts to attach the hose connectors to the suit. I then used epoxy to attach the glove cuffs to the suit. It worked well, but I wish I hadn't done it this way. If I want to go back in later and change something, I can't, and plus there was some bleeding over the edges. At this point I test fit the suit and the zipper simply isn't long enough. I can't get in from the back. So I added some hidden snaps at the front. The neck ring is an old t-shirt, the embroidery hoop, and a bit of leftover orange fabric. I just sewed the fabric together into a ring and sandwiched it into the embroidery hoop. My head goes through the original hole in the shirt. Some white webbing, a little pulley, and a bit of wire makes the last detail of the neck loop thing. I wore this at a convention, and while it wasn't perfect, I'm pretty happy with it. I ran out of time to add the leg and arm pockets, but maybe I'll do that in the future.